Hello, good morning, students. I am Vikram Singh Rathod, Assistant Professor at Center for E-Governance. Today, I am represent the machine learning concepts of clustering algorithm. First of all, I introduce what is a clustering. Cluster is basically a method that is represent a minimum data of same type of entities is called a cluster. In this e-lecture, I am defining also a other definition. Clustering method are one of the most useful unsupervised ML method because it is uh, defining in unsupervised learning methods of the machine language. These methods are used to find similarity as well as the relationship pattern among data samples and then cluster those sample into groups having similarity based on the features. It means the values those are have same patterns or same category is defined into a particular uh, type that is called a cluster. Clustering is important because it determines the instance grouping among the present unlabeled data. They basically make some assumption about data points to constitute their similarity. Each assumption will construct different but equally valid cluster. It means the assumptions those are implemented on the values of the data or figures which have a similar type attributes or values and define a particular condition for getting the attributes in a particular cluster, so we can define the multiple algos for those type of values which are similar between the multiple type of the values, so we can define into various type of cluster values in ML. For example, below in the diagram we show the clustering system group together the similar kind of data in different clusters. As per our previous discussion, you can notice that in the slide there are three types of the data in a graph defined at the left side of the screen slide. Some are stars, some are diagonal and some are circles. And then after clustering system is implemented on the data is become to define in the three categories as per cluster definition. Stars are also defined in a circle and diagonal are defined into other circle and circles are also defined in a large circle that is called as the circles. In the ML concept we called it the clusters values. And then define the cluster formation methods in ML. It is not necessary that cluster will be formed in spherical form. Following are some other cluster formation methods such as density based. It means the density based clusters are also implemented using ML. In this type of method, the cluster are formed as the dense region. The advantage of this method is that they have good accuracy as well as good ability to merge two clusters. For example, density based spatial clustering of application with noise is a particular system that is based on the ML clustering method and name described as DBSCAN, and other is also defined here ordering points to identify clustering structure is optics is the example of the clustering methods. Those are based on the density method. And the another is hierarchical based methods. In this method, the cluster are formed as a tree type structure based on the hierarchy. They have two categories, namely agglomerative bottom up approach and divisible top down approach. There are basically two type of approach are followed, and I am giving also example here. Clustering using representative CURE is a type of a cluster based example that is according to the hierarchical approach is followed. The balanced iterative reduced clustering using hierarchy is bridge. Those are the example of hierarchical based clustering. And the another approach is partitioning. In partitioning method, the clusters are formed by partitioning the objects into k clusters. Number of the clusters will be equal to the number of partitions. Example, k-means. Clustering large application based upon randomized search. We can define in our next lecture the k-means method as a practical approach. Then after I am defining the grid approach. Basically, grid approach is, in this approach the cluster are formed as a grid like structure. It means grid is known as the rows and columns. Those are define the grid structure. The advantage of this method is that all the clustering operations done on these grids are fast and independent of the number of data objects. Example, statistical information grids and clustering in Quest. Then another approach that is used for measuring cluster performance. One of the most important consideration regarding machine learning model is assessing its performance, or you can say model quality. In case of supervised learning algorithm, accessing the quality of our model is easy because we already have label for every example. In the other hand, in case of unsupervised learning algorithm, we are not that much blessed because we deal with unlabeled data. So we can still have some metrics that give the practitioner and insights about the happening of changes in clusters depending on algorithms. Before we dive into such metrics, we must understand that these metrics only evaluate the comparative performance of the model against each other rather than measuring of the validity of the model prediction. Following are the some of the metrics that we can deploy on the clustering algorithm to measure the quality of model. So I am giving here a analytical methods. Silhouette analysis. In silhouette analysis, used to check the quality of clustering model by measuring the distance between the clusters. It is basically provides us a way to access the parameters like number of clusters with the help of Silhouette scores. The score measure how close each point in one cluster is to point in the neighboring cluster. I am also describe the practical approach of the above algorithm of that is defined today in our next lectures, and then after I am defining the type of ML clustering algorithm. So some algorithms are defined here for clustering in ML using for unsupervised datas. The following are most important and useful ML clustering algorithms. The number first, that is a important algorithm in unsupervised learning, k-mean clustering. This clustering algorithm computes the centroids and integrates until it find optimal centroid. It assumes that the number of clusters are already known. It is also called flat clustering algorithm. The number of clusters identified from data by algorithm in represented by k in the k-means. And then after mean shift algorithm is another algorithm. In this algorithm, the clustering used in unsupervised learning, unlike k-means clustering, it does not make any assumption, hence it is a non-parametric algorithm. It means it does not depends upon the parameters those are used in the clustering method. A hierarchical clustering is another unsupervised learning algorithm that is used to group together unlabeled data points having similar characteristics. We will discussing all these algorithms in detail in the upcoming lectures, and then I am giving the some examples or applications those are used for clustering. We can find clustering useful for the following areas, such as defined in the slides. The number first is data summarization and compressions. It means the clustering is widely used in the area where we require data summarization, compression and reduction as well. The examples are image processing and vector quantization. And the second one is collaborative system and customer segmentation. These are based on the applications. In this approach, the cluster can be used to find similar products or same kind of users. It can be used in the area of collaborative systems and customer segmentation. For example, YouTube channel is define the algo that is define a particular approach that we find in the YouTube. For example, you can learn or you can type the search option in YouTube, such as the Python programming, and you notice that the Python programming videos are displayed on your Android phone or on your laptop, and then after the next day or few days you can see that the topic that you want to search, the multiple videos are available on your Android phone. It means it follow the customer segmentation approach, serve as a key intermediate steps for other data mining tasks. In this approach, the cluster analysis can generate a compact summary of data for classification, testing, hypothesis generations. Hence, it is serve as a key intermediate step for other data mining tasks also. and then after the application is used in algorithms for applications in data that is belongs to particular cluster is trend detection in dynamic data. In this method, the clustering can also be used for trend detection in dynamic data by making various clusters of similar trends. And then after the social network analysis, in this clustering can be used in social network analysis. The examples are generating sequence in images, videos or audios. I am giving the example for the Python programming, or you can notice that whatever you want to look at YouTube or a Google search engine, the related topics are seeing in your Android phone, and your email uh, also occur related to those type of searching. Then the last one is biological data analysis. In this we also use clustering method. Clustering can also be used to make clusters of images, videos, hence it can successfully be used in biological data analysis. So it is use some repositories that those are belongs to biological or the flower based data. Or in our previous machine learning example, I am giving the flower database iris dataset, and those are basically belongs to repository of the data. uh, the some of websites are provide the repository of data belongs to various type of areas such as educations, medical science, biological, botanical science, horticultures, or many areas. Those are data are stored in these repositories. uh, you can use easily to import the data in your machine learning program. Thanks students. Today our lecture is based on the overview of the clustering, and the our next lecture is defined on the k-mean approach or algo method, that is implemented a practical approach of the k-mean method.